Oh, now it's live.
Hey, now it's live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Night Special. We are live. Longest 8 seconds ever. We've got a lot of cool stuff for you guys tonight, so hang around. I think we got a pretty cool top 5, even though Harmon thought we were joking about it. I thought it was pretty cool. So stick around, hang out, and let's do this, Matt.
Warning. The following video contains material that some viewers may find harmful or could be traumatizing to some audiences and doesn't reflect the opinion of Renovision. Viewer discretion advised.
So, how's everybody tonight?
Better than an average man.
Whenever we, in our group chat, whenever we say this is the top 5, it's always a joke.
Are we live? What's going on?
So,
No, we're not live.
Nope.
Kyle's
Oh,
just practicing. He's just warming up.
I died 5 minutes ago.
Sticks is dead. Hartman doesn't know we're live. Kyle is just Kyle.
enjoy my freshly made soda.
Ooh.
I got my own soda maker, so now I make my own Cokes and
Soda
Dr. Pepper.
Soda
He's
stream.
sticking it to the man, making his own
You're-
soda.
Your freshly made pop maker.
Dude, it's so awesome. That's like the greatest thing ever made.
All you gotta do is blow in it.
SNS is the place to be on
Thank
Saturday
you,
night.
thank you, Repair.
That's
So-
not how you make soda.
What?
Well, Hartman said it's not how you make soda.
You blowing it?
Yeah,
No, it's not.
That's not how you make soda.
So I think we've got a guest coming on tonight. Sticks got us.
We do.
Guest.
We do. He's right here.
I'm handsome. I'm ruggedly handsome.
That is our guest.
There's our guest
All
right
right.
Regularly
here.
handsome.
He
Regularly
came in
handsome.
just in the nick of time.
Hey, Nerd Dan Kyle.
Yeah, no. So tonight I've got Wine coming on. He does. He has a Kickstarter campaign going on right now. He's a local artist to me, and I'm glad to have him coming on.
Say his name
Dr.
again because you
Nguyen.
kind of cut out when you were giving that intro.
Oh, James Q
Sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, let's get started with the news while we're waiting for him to get in, and let's show these motherfuckers how it's done.
Oh no.
Now we really.
Nguyen.
Oh well. He's here.
YouTube
So
that's what happens to me too. I keep getting lost on Saturdays and I end up here. That's what happens to me too.
So we're gonna
So-
hold off on news and Sticks. Do you want to introduce our guest and I'll bring him in?
Sure. Hey, James.
Hello, hello. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Doing well. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
How's my
Awesome.
mic working? Is it working better, Matt? I tried to adjust
Yeah,
it a
you're
little
good.
bit. All right, good.
I got to turn up
So-
my volume. That's
Yeah.
my bad. I was like, these guys, I can't hear them. But you're good. All right.
James, I'll let you give your
Who's got to hear us?
introduction because
Sure. Sure. I can try to introduce myself. I'm a big nobody, so nobody's going to know really who I am. But so I appreciate the opportunity to come on and talk comic books and geek out with you guys for a little bit. So my name is James Nguyen. What's that?
Said you could be a legend and we can get it wrong.
So my name is James Nguyen, and I do a comic book called Alpha Red. I'm fundraising it right now, but just an independent comic creator, and got to meet Chuck a couple years ago at a convention, and kept in touch. And so I'm that's my superhero persona is the creator of Alpha Red. but my secret identity is insurance salesman. So that's
Mine is IT guy. Don't worry.
and you're a YouTube star on the weekends, right? That's the other gig.
Right.
I try.
Right. Everyone knows him from his fantastic curtains.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Well, they are fantastic, those curtains.
So James, how is the campaign going?
So it's kind of stuck at 63%. So we got another week. So I'm hoping that some of your fans can help make the magic happen. So yeah, we're $1,300 away. So it's not undoable. So
Yeah. So give us an idea of what gave you the idea to start doing the Kickstarter and where you kind of come from.
Sure.
A little backstory.
Yeah.
Matt,
So
you
I
wanna
mean,
bring
Kickstarter.
Sorry, you want to bring the Kickstarter page up? That he's talking?
You can go to alpharedcomic.com. Can I do it? You can go to alpharedcomic.com, and I have forwarded that link over to the Kickstarter. So we should be in good shape.
Sweet.
Yeah. So Kickstarter. I've done 4 Kickstarters, 5, 6. This will be the 5th Kickstarter. But one of them was unsuccessful. I was kind of throwing it together, and everybody realized that there weren't very good rewards. So that never happened. There it is. So wait a minute. I think it went up. Somebody upped their pledge. Same number of backers, but I think we're in better shape. Or no? Is it the same?
3,500 is your goal. You're sitting at 2,769.
Sweet. I think somebody heard my tears on Facebook. Like, please.
So what was? How did you come up with this? What was your?
Yeah, so this. So the sad part is this is year number 10, and so it finally concludes after a decade of working on it. So it's issue number 5, and it finally concludes. And when I started it, it was it was kind of a resume. I was still trying to break in, to the comic book industry, and I was just, that dream was still alive, and it's not so much anymore. But you can't stop drawing. If you're a creative person and you draw almost every day, it's hard to stop. And I tried. After my second kid, I was like, you know what? I got to be an adult. I got to stop drawing. And so I put Alpha Red on the shelf for a little bit. And actually, no, that was another project. Even I put it on the shelf, and was not happy. I was just an angry elf,
No outlet, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. That's the creative juices are flowing, and they got nowhere to go. And I think I drew like 3 pictures that year, and I just would stare at them like, oh yeah, this is where it's at. Right. But yeah, so then I think that's when I hooked up with the guys who did Fubar. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the zombie anthology, the World War II zombie anthology, Fubar. They asked me to do a short story with a writer named Mike Emboden. And he, after we did that 8-page story, he's like, you want to create something together? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And so we started on what became Alpha Red. And, as collaborators try to collaborate, and things just don't work out. And I was taking forever with the artwork, just because I have a wife, 3 kids, a job, so it wasn't realistic. It wasn't a realistic season in life to try to be starting the next big comic book property, So yeah. So
I like that poster E, issue 5 cover.
Yeah. Which one was that? So I'm wearing the hoodie.
So you still find yourself like extremely busy, or are you going to try to do something now? Or
So, right now it is the conclusion of Alpha Red, and so I'll have the whole story. So part of the idea, the goal right now is to launch Alpha Red like for the whole world. Here's the original of the. I don't know if you guys can see that original for issue number 5, but that's here. But yeah, so it's kind of ready for distribution after Alpha Red number 5 gets colored. It'll be 5 issues of a fully colored comic, and then I have to decide whether I want to go through Diamond directly, or if I want to find a distributor. And like Image, you can submit ideas to Image. That would be kind of a dream, to have something published by the Image guys.
Have you thought of doing like
You cut out Hartman. Repeat that.
Are you planning on doing a digital release?
So you can get digital copies of it. I know. So I use Kablam as my printer, and I know that they do have a digital format or whatever that I can release it on. There's some kind of tax thing that I can't find. Like I have to come up with a tax number. I'm like, I'm not a real business. Like, do I need a tax thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you need a DIB.
Yeah. So whatever that, I don't know. Is it expensive?
I think it's like what, $30 or something to register as a business.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
no more than 60.
I don't know if
No more than
that's
60.
I don't know like for sure. I just remember seeing that number when I was looking it up where I'm at in Indiana. So
Yeah, no more than 60. I think here in New York. So
Okay. Yeah. No, I'll have to look into that. It was a lot of it was just trying to get the project completed, and
Right.
I'm super happy that all the artwork is done, and it's just really waiting to see if the colors can happen, and I'm sure it will. I
you on
do this to
IG?
myself every time.
Are you on Instagram or anything?
I am on Instagram, but I'm not on Instagram. Like I have an Instagram account that I don't manage.
it's a shell company.
Man, you should try.
I'm just over, like I'm such an old man. I do Facebook, and that's all I have the energy for. Like I got to jump over here and I got to jump over there.
That's the thing. They've got this new thing. It's a Meta Business Suite. So anything that you post on Instagram goes automatically over to Facebook.
Oh, so you got to start with Instagram and then it jumps over to Facebook.
I think you can actually get
It goes
on
both ways.
the Meta Suite and link a Instagram account to it. So if you post on one, it'll post on the other. I'm not 100% sure exactly, but yeah, I know that when I post on IG, it goes to Facebook.
Yeah,
and
so
in all the stats and stuff, it'll tell me the age range of who's viewing my information, and like it gives you a bunch of data.
So like if you follow me on IG and I post anything, it goes to my Facebook page, the Sticks Boy 73 Facebook page.
Okay.
So
yeah. No, I think I knew that. I just, IG I think like sucks me in too much. Like it's I don't know, they have the hypnotic frequency or something. I spend like hours. I'm just scrolling through because I have my favorite artists. I have like the Lamborghini site, I have the Bugatti site, and I'm like, ooh man, that's cool. And then hours pass.
The videos get you.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can forever scroll on their reels or whatever they call them on there.
So you were at a con. Mr. Sticksboy walks up, and he just wouldn't let you go, huh? Like,
no, I think
how many times you tried to shoo him away, he just kept coming back, huh?
No, he reached out to me before I got to the show. I think right, Chuck, and he asked for a booster gold, I believe.
Yeah,
was that right? Does that sound right?
That is right.
Yeah. So but no, that was.
Hey, I got stuff. So get out of here. You just walk around and he comes back and he's just all of a sudden back at your table again.
That happens sometimes. This happens sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay.
Hey, I already drew that booster gold for you. All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Back
It's time for an update. It's time for an update, Chuck.
That's true.
Yeah.
So give us a rundown of what exactly Alpha Red is and kind of why you were so felt the need to bring this story to the world.
Yeah. So like I said, when I started it, it was a little bit more just for fun, like Like, let's just do your run of the mill action, superpower guy. You find the bad guy and you beat up the bad guy, like just fun comic book stuff. And hopefully Marvel or DC sees that you can draw and that you can complete a deadline or whatever. You have something that you're walking around with. And then it was taking too long. And so the story morphed from just that kind of run of the mill thing into more of a faith-based comic, where the hero still gets a chip implanted into his head, and he gets super strong, super fast, super smart. But then his enemy is the devil, And so in my story, the devil has been betrayed by his right-hand demon and cast into the body of a mortal person, and then cursed with immortality. So he's been walking around. You can't kill him, but he's got no superpowers. So for the last 40 years, he's trying to reclaim his dark throne, like via just I'm an evil human. So what's the devil been up to? And so my hero has to, once he gets the chip planet into his head, he has to figure out, like Batman style, like he's supposed to be super smart now. Like there's no payoff there. Like I talk about it, but there's no there's a scene where he's like looking at everybody. Who is the devil? Who is the devil? But that's about it. And then he doesn't figure it out.
What you need to do is not put it in a comic book. We need to make that chip real, because I need to chip to make me smart.
Yeah,
I'm sick of
it was supposed to be like Matrix style, like anything he wanted to be. It was somebody in the office was supposed to, and he would know how to fly a helicopter or whatever. He knew jujitsu or
because taking the time to learn something sucks.
Yeah.
It really does. God, I gotta go through all this practice. Tell me how fast it'd be done. I know it. Yeah, I don't have to.
Your eyeballs flicker. Your eyelids flicker a little bit. You're like, "Yep, I can do this." Right.
What you were talking about trying to break into the industry. What kind of has been your process that you've tried to break into the industry, and have you gone the route of like trying to do a portfolio review at San Diego Comic-Con or New York or any of these big conventions?
I have. So I've done like every route that everybody else has ever taken, including San Diego Comic-Con, doing portfolio reviews. That was 2005. That was when I was like reignited. I gave it up for 2 years, and then in 2005 I said, I'll just go to one convention, set up my artwork, and see if and pretend like I'm a real comic book artist. And the response was like amazing. Like people were like buying all my sketches, and they were keeping in contact, and they were like, you should have a website. And I was like, I can't afford a website because I got 2 kids. At the time I had 2 kids, and it was not a good time. And so I was like, I was psyched. I felt like, my artwork was like there because the response I was getting. So I actually quit my job then and tried to pursue being a comic book artist, submitting stuff to Marvel, DC, anybody and everybody, every editor. That was one of Todd McFarlane's suggestions.
And I want to say on your behalf that choosing to quit your job is no easy task to choose.
Oh my goodness, I'm the sole breadwinner in my family. I somehow convinced the wife that I'm just gonna.
That's the hardest part sometimes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
You need to get a job now so I can go draw comic books.
Well, I knew that part wasn't gonna happen.
Maybe they won't turn the lights off.
I tell my wife that every day after I get home from work. You just need to work, and I'm just gonna figure out something that I can do from home. Like, this just isn't working for me. I did something kind of like that when I was younger. I remember I was like, I was like 14 or 15 or something. I had lied on my application to work there. They actually didn't care because it was like a scam telemarketing place. So they actually didn't care how old I was, But like, I remember I was playing, when I was a kid, I played bass. And I remember it was before the internet and stuff because I'm old. And it was like, I found an ad like in like the New Times or or at like a concert or something, there was an ad for a bass player. So I remember I went to work that next day and I was like, boss, I got to quit. I joined a band. I'm going to be a rock star. And he's like, I'll see you in 3 weeks.
It was probably 2.
He says,
Yeah.
you see everybody here?
You got the
Like,
classified
yeah, he's like,
ads. to find
they're
jobs.
all in bands. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. So then I hooked up with a writer. I don't remember the thought process, but when I quit, I don't remember how it went down, but I was in San Diego in 2005 trying to show my portfolio to Marvel and DC and everybody. And that just went nowhere. Like I was like everybody's go-to, and the lines for Marvel's editor was like super long. And they saw like 3 people in an hour. In that 1 hour, we waited in line for probably 2 hours. And then the portfolio review lasted 1 hour and she only looked at 3 people. I was like, are you serious? So that was tough, but there were other people that were looking at portfolios. So, that was kind of the golden goose though, was Marvel. Because DC wasn't even doing it. DC, you had to drop off your submissions and they would post something somewhere if they wanted to see you. And they didn't want to see me. So but you try everything. I mean, I have a stack of rejection letters from Marvel and DC and Dark Horse and every other company. So
Dude,
Did you try the Rob Liefeld route and make a jeans commercial?
Oh yeah. Anybody selling jeans?
All right.
I'm game. Yeah.
So do you do any work on the iPad, or are you all like?
Yeah, so mostly it's old fashioned stuff. It's Bristol board. You can, and 17 by 11. So I've tried using whatever tablet thing, the Taboo, whatever, when it was big. I'd like to try one of those Cintiqs, those really big ones, but that's a couple $100, and I can't convince the wife to budget that in.
Yeah, that is that what Todd McFarlane uses with us? Because he's got a pretty cool looking thing.
Yeah, no, I see him on Facebook. That's awesome. I'd love to do it. And really all it is a big screen that you can, it's a touch screen is basically what it is. And you hook it up into your computer, and he's just doing Photoshop, or he's using whatever program that you can have. But I'd love to try it. But I don't know. I like having an original like that I can show people. Like it's hard to show people, like, you show people on your phone, like, hey,
Yeah.
here's
Let
my picture.
me bring this up on my computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the same, so.
True.
So what is your process for drawing? Like, how do you like?
So thumbnails, it's an ever evolving process, right? Because you're always striving to do a little bit better. And so you're always trying to learn what is another artist doing. And I'm jealous of some of those guys who I watch. I follow Todd McFarlane or Spawn Productions or something like that, or whatever his thing is. And one of his guys does it completely digital, and he's like expanding stuff and shrinking stuff and flipping things back and forth. Like if the head's too small, he just picks the head and makes the head bigger.
Yeah, warps it.
And I'm like, man, that would save me so much time. I'm here erasing stuff, so I'm jealous.
That's
but
what Liefeld does with his muscles.
He does
Just
something.
extends them.
I think he has a beer before he draws some of it. It's like,
No, if you ever do get a chance, you should check out the Apple the iPad. With the Procreate program. It's really you can do all that stuff on it.
Yeah.
But I was just saying that because I think that I think that we're going to see a lot more digital stuff here soon.
For sure.
Like
and it's hard to compete with that stuff too, because it looks awesome, and they do it so much faster because they don't have to erase or some. I'm learning now. It's a lesson that I should have learned like a bazillion years ago, because Jim Lee, I watch every Jim Lee tutorial, and he's flipping the panel back and forth. He'll be like, he'll shine it up into the light, and he goes through the light, and And if it looks good backwards, then you're golden. You know, if it's cool frontward and backwards, then great. And those guys on the computer can flip them, you know, on the computer. But I have to shine a light and figure out, you know, if the head is oblong or whatever, which oftentimes it is, and I don't see it until the end, and then I flip it over. I'm like, yeah, gotta start over.
Well, I think with the NFT situation,
Mhm.
and there's a way that they can record the process, like a time lapse video file of
Mhm.
what the work you've done start to finish.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think with a lot of people doing digital, and nobody's really putting out the how it was done process
Mhm.
through the time lapse, and I
Yeah.
can see that definitely becoming a thing, like with like original art kind of for
Mhm.
digital artists, like
Yeah,
where one person buy, you know, you could buy like the one file that shows the process of the art that was created that you own.
yeah,
I mean, it's not really looked at like that yet, but I think
yeah,
that it eventually will come to that. So
yeah. I don't understand the NFT stuff. Like I see people like doing it and trying it, and I hear artists talking about it. I just don't know. You know, I don't know who
That's a good
collects it.
place to be with it.
Yeah.
Just don't even worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't.
Yeah.
It's kind of like AI art. Just don't even worry about it.
oh, you could make you could do something with your stuff being broke and not having
Yeah.
What? No.
I didn't hear that
Voice in
last
the
part.
Matrix.
Sorry there.
the AI art that they're doing now. Like there's a guy that created 400 or 500 characters for his comic universe by using artificial intelligence.
Okay.
He got fired from his job, and he just got onto AI and started generating characters for his comic book universe that he created. And like so he saved thousands and thousands of dollars just by doing it himself.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, if you can't draw, then
yeah,
then
that's the
use
thing
AI.
too. There's a lot of different avenues to look at it. Like if you can't draw, or if you have an idea, if you don't have any arms, you could
Yeah.
get those created just by using prompts.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
paraplegics could make art,
Yeah.
for God's sake.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where it's going. You know, I just know that I enjoy drawing, and I'm
Going
gonna just
forward.
keep going. You know.
So you made the comment that you're not so much looking to get in the industry now. If DC or Marvel comes a knocking, are you going to answer that door, or are
Oh.
you just kind of still like, I'm good. This is the end for me.
Yeah. No. So there's two characters, because you know I'm an insurance salesman, and I do okay money wise. So it would have to be something that I want to do. I'm not going to draw some Joe Schmo new character or something like that, and take a chance. I do Spider-Man and I do Batman. I thought about it the other day, and somebody asked me, "Hey, you know, I want to hire you. I want to develop some characters. I want this whole new universe." I'm like, unless you're from Marvel, unless you're a Spider-Man editor or a Batman editor, like I'm pretty cool where I'm at. You know, I got ideas too.
So since you're an insurance guy, can you insure all your art for a lot of money and then seriously have it go missing and then pay yourself back a lot of money?
Off the record.
Insure yourself, commit fraud, and then cash it in.
Hypothetically,
While talking about it on the internet.
Yeah.
I have a friend. I'm asking for a friend. Is that what they say?
There's totally nobody listening right now, so please go ahead and lay out your insurance fraud plan for us.
Right.
That's great.
So
Oh, my
hypothetically,
art has been stolen.
yeah.
Can I please get my $1.2 million insurance on it?
Yeah. So it becomes more than just the money, right? You know, you don't do it for money. You're, like I said, you just have to create it. It has to come out. You have these ideas, and it just has to come out. And it's more like a baby, like something that you created, and you're something that you're proud of, and you want to share it. You know, you wouldn't want to throw your baby in the fire. So like you're like, look at my baby, love my baby. Now give me some money for looking at my baby. You know, that's more of what it is. And then like, oh, you want to raise my baby, Chuck? You want my, you know, Booster Gold baby? There you go. You know, kind of a
He's
thing.
terrific. Let's talk about influences. Where do you get your influences from?
Oh yeah. So the early influences
Article.
were the Image guys. That's when I kind of found comics. That's Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee were the first two. Todd McFarlane got me collecting comics, but it was like this weird thing. I like to look at Todd McFarlane's artwork, but like I never wanted to emulate Todd McFarlane. It didn't inspire me to want to be a comic book artist. So it was weird. Like I was in awe of his artwork, obviously. The Spider-Man #1 stuff, Amazing Spider-Man, all that kind of crazy stuff kind of got me into it. But it wasn't until I found Jim Lee on Uncanny X-Men. I was like, this dude is like, I don't know. It was something different. Like everybody like understood it. Like everybody, it was like universally awesome. Like everybody's like, yes, this guy can really draw, and his women are beautiful, and the men are super, super masculine and can beat you up with their knuckle.
He kind of did just kind of jump into the scene, right? I mean,
yeah.
Everyone kind of gravitated right to him, right?
Yep. So it was Jim Lee was probably the biggest, and then Joe Quesada. Whenever they launched that Midnight, the Nights, was it the Nights, something Nights?
Midnight
I
Suns.
don't know. Whenever Joe Quesada took over Marvel, he was doing some kind of whatever, and then that's when I really stared gravitating towards
Marvel Knights.
Marvel Knights. Yep.
Marvel Knights.
Yeah, I think you're right. And then after through Marvel Knights, he became like the CEO or whatever. And then when Joe Madureira came about, he like took it in another direction with the anime manga stuff, and I was drawn to that. And so I feel like my stuff is like a big like Frankenstein of all those.
Yeah.
But you're influenced by everybody. I mean, there's artwork that is phenomenal. Like right now, Oliver Coipel is really good. I like looking at his stuff. I have like folders and folders in my computer of artwork from all the artists that I like. So, and I have them like coming up on my computer screen, and they just kind of influence me all day long.
Right. That's cool. Nice one.
Yeah.
Well, you want to keep hanging out? We'll keep talking about your project, but we'll talk.
Sure. I loved it. I was watching one of the other episodes 2 weeks ago, and you were talking about Greg Capullo is one of my favorites, and he's doing Marvel stuff now, and I learned that from you guys. So I'm excited. I'll get my news from you guys. We'll react to the news, the latest news.
Yeah, we'll move on, and we'll just keep jumping back and talking about this, and then we'll just keep moving on with the show.
Yep.
Yeah, have fun with us.
Sure.
All right.
Let's have fun, Kyle.
Back into the news then, Kyle?
Yeah, let's start the news.
Fun.
All right. First story, Tron fans have expressed their displeasure at learning that Jared Leto will be star in the upcoming third film in the science fiction franchise. Following reports that Disney is moving forward with Tron, the next installment in the Tron franchise, fans largely took to Twitter to celebrate the long-awaited news. However, some fans were shocked to see that Leto would headline the film, with many wondering how the actor had managed to get cast in yet another beloved franchise. Others were curious as to why Disney wouldn't be interested in bringing back Tron Legacy director Joseph Kosinski for the threequel, especially after his last film, Top Gun Maverick, grossed over $1.4 billion at the box office and earned near unanimous critical acclaim. Yeah, I can't believe Leto is getting another shot at another franchise. I mean, Jesus.
Well, look at him. He's the specimen of a man. He should be in everything.
Well, he killed the Joker, not in a good way. He killed Morbius, and now they're gonna let him go to Tron. Like, it's like you hire this dude if you want your franchise to die.
Is Morbius dead? I thought they were gonna go ahead with that franchise anyway. Stick him in other stuff
for sure.
I mean, yeah, it's a giant joke, and if they wouldn't, they'd be asking to lose money if they went ahead with that franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't do that. They didn't do that movie any favors.
Yeah.
I don't 100% blame Leto, but
I think it's the direction that he's given.
Yeah.
Because he's
I think
actually
it's the band. It's the band thing. People really just associate him with. Like I think
kind of been on
the singer.
what, like Dallas Buyers Club was his peak when he won an Academy Award, and he's been kind of on this like decline ever since then. Like his stock is not what it once was.
He's a good actor. I just think,
Yeah.
See, I agree with Bruce for right here. Good actor. It just might be the writing for that, what he's given. And just like Suicide Squad, they cut a lot of his shit out.
They did.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, Morbius wasn't. He should play Meth Man. I mean, and he was badass in Fight Club.
Yeah, that's
rumored to have
the
a
only
cult.
movie I can remember him in. I don't know.
Cult thing's not helping him.
I mean, he was badass. He used to play in Frozen Embryos. So.
Christopher says he should pick better roles.
Look at him. He's a likable guy, right? He looks like has fun. Or he just killed somebody. I don't know.
Man, what are you talking about?
You should just go back and write more songs with 30 Seconds to Mars and.
No. He needs to write better ones because
he looks like he had a good idea.
He needs to write better songs. He needs to choose better roles. He needs to be in better movies. Like, sounds like he all around needs to just be better.
I don't honestly think he's choosing bad roles. Really, I mean, who would want to be the Joker, right? Is that a bad role to pick? No. But
I think he just got
the execution of it
with the version of the Joker that he was asked to play.
Did he flick too hard?
Oh, I definitely think after you see Heath Ledger and that is the measuring stick everyone's going to compare you to. When he read the script, he should have went like, "What are you doing here? Like, this is not the Joker. This is very tone deaf. Like, let's rework this." And yeah.
People say that about a lot of actors. Like, look at Christopher Reeve when he was no longer playing Superman. Oh, he's the bar. And then everyone liked Cavill, and so everyone's rallying around Cavill now.
So someone's bad at everything. I mean, that Superman was bad at horseback riding.
Wow. You beat me to it.
Everybody's bad at
say he didn't. I was gonna say he didn't die, like in the role. He just
became
hurt his back,
quadriplegic.
Right.
Yeah, he just never walked again. No big deal.
He got some sponsors out of it, right?
But
Brucifer says release the Ayers cut, and Ayers went on social media and said, "Well, my cut's vastly better." But listen, it's been so long, and you've already got another Suicide Squad movie. Who cares at this point? The best version that Leto played was at the end of the Snyderverse. I don't care if you sit there and say, "Oh, well, my cut's so much better of Suicide Squad." They missed the mark. Your name's still on it. You still took part of it. You didn't fight for your craft. It's time to move on. It's gone. Like, you didn't leave the project and they released something that you didn't approve of. Like, you were there. Deal with it.
Right.
Your movie
Release
sucked.
the one that they didn't put out. We want to see if it's better.
He's mad because of the Snyder cut and how much money they gave him to finish that, and that was a whole different set of circumstances.
You're like, well, mine was better.
I don't think they should have done the Snyder cut, but his circumstances versus Ayers are two different things.
It shouldn't even be considered the same movie because he got more money to go back and do reshoots and got to take all the criticism the movie received from fans and go, okay, well, I can tweak it this way to appease people. So he basically got to remake the movie.
At least half of it.
Yeah, and then you're going to call it a Snyder cut? No, it should just be a completely different movie.
I think the Flash scene could have been like a TV show, like an episode, where he's saving that girl. Felt like it was 15 minutes.
I think I have to go back and watch the Snyder cut.
All Snyder did would give your boring character in Cyborg even more scenes that nobody cared about.
Oh,
turn the Flash scene into a love scene somehow.
All right,
is the Flash coming out? Is do you know if they're releasing?
He could kill a man, and they're putting it out still.
Later this year.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I'm stoked. All right, moving on.
Eddie Brock has a brand new Spider-Man in Marvel's upcoming Extreme Venom series. Honoring the 35th anniversary of Venom, Extreme Venomverse, its 5-issue limited series taking readers on some brand new corners of the Marvel multiverse, similar to 2022's Edge of Spider-Verse limited series. Extreme Venomverse will introduce a number of Eddie Brocks and his son Dylan variants in each issue, along with some brand new and altogether terrifying incarnations of Venom. Debuting in the first issue is an Eddie Brock who is also Spider-Man in a story from Ryan North and Paulo Cinquera. Sorry if I butchered your name. Extreme Venomverse #1 also features a story from Makara Andolfo about the entire Brock family, as well as an entry from Leonardo Romero that depicts Venom as a samurai.
Oh shit, Samurai Venom!
Or names there.
Ed, and Eddie. I'm pretty
Exactly.
much
Exactly.
So
I
it's
mean, is this
Spider-Verse
something
and
that-
Venom.
Is this something anyone's excited about?
I am. I'm excited to explore the possibility of Eddie Brock being the new Spider-Man.
That was Venom with thunder and lightning. Like, thought he didn't like loud noises.
Well, it's supersonic noises.
Earplugs.
About the bell. Thought the bell hurts him.
Look, only big bells.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking that's probably really loud if he's getting struck by lightning or something. And he looks like he's
I'd like to see
enjoying it.
this. I'd rather see this get woven into the Spider-Verse stuff instead of making it its own thing.
And it kind of tells me that Marvel is running out of ideas if they're going to now do. They did the Spider-Verse, the Gwen-verse. Now you're getting a Venom-verse edition. Like, it's like, all right, how many times can you go back to this well and milk this cow before she runs dry?
I'm all for the
Well, then
Aunt
you
May
just
verse.
chop up the cow and eat it.
The Aunt May verse. Yeah, I'm down for the Uncle Ben verse to see
That's
how
what I
many
was about
different
to
ways
say.
he can die.
Why not? Why not?
This version of Uncle Ben was hit with a waffle iron. This version of Uncle Ben was run over by a snowplow. You got
This
Jeremy
version of
Renner.
Uncle Ben got pushed
This
off the
version
Grand Canyon.
Gets hit in the head and he turns evil and tries to kill Spider-Man.
This version
That'd be
of
a good
Uncle
one.
Ben got Peggy Hilled and he jumped out of an airplane without a parachute and it didn't open and he hit the ground.
So Uncle Ben just didn't come home one day.
This is one where Uncle Ben's making rice.
I was just about to say that.
We can give Uncle Ben his little side story where he's just
Yes,
living his
Rosemary.
life.
Also, what if Miles? That's a good point too. So,
You know, Uncle Ben got run
got
over.
run over by a
great, but-
reindeer.
So we'll see. When does that
Probably
come
gonna
out?
be
Did it
great,
say?
right? So
Later this year, later in 2023.
Sorry, would you say, Sticks?
I'm sure the characters that are going to be great. You know, it's just another series for people to go out and spec on. You know, for Venom is this and Venom is that. And
I hope we get a
Gwen-
fucking acetate of it.
Time flows like a river, and history will repeat itself.
Yeah,
That's
it's a series. It's going to sell like hotcakes, because everyone's trying to catch lightning in a bottle twice and hoping that they can get the next Spider Gwen in this, you know, or Spider Punk or Spider-Man Noir or whatever Spider-Man variant you're specking on this week.
I'm going to make a Spider-Man book that nobody knows is coming.
I hope they make one that says Spilo Ren and then he's in Star Wars.
Spider-Man in the Star Wars universe.
Mine Venom likes to go out and party and have fun on Friday nights. That's a hint.
Joe says he wants his Uncle Ben not to die but lose all his money in a crypto scam.
And he's pink.
No, what happens is
It probably would have been
Ponzi
Ponzi.
believes that his computer is really infected by the global server, and that he has to let the people on the phone log into his computer, and then he has to give them his bank account info.
I want to see my Uncle Ben fight the evil scammers who are trying to contact him about his car's extended warranty.
I've been getting one lately where my PayPal account has been suspended.
Ooh.
I get those all the time. Your PayPal account suspended. Your Amazon Prime account suspended. I was like, I don't have either of those. So
It's like
blah,
from
blah.
support@gmail.com. Like, this is PayPal calling. Reach us at PayPal1@gmail. Like, yeah, right.
There we go. Can we get your name? I always go Matt Howard.
You son of a bitch. Because I always go Kyle Stinson. So
Is there a Venom movie coming out this year?
Not this year. No, they are in the works of Venom 3, but it's not this year.
They're doing
Yeah,
all
it
the other
starts,
character movies first in the Sony universe.
With
starts
great
filming in
comes
June.
great responsibility. So,
They're
all
doing
right.
Crutch Spider-Man and whatever his name is.
You know what I'm going to start doing, though, when they call? I'm going to start telling them that my name is Darth Lopez.
I'm
And then-
handsome. I'm ruggedly handsome.
That's he's
Yeah,
we're
that's
gonna
one
beat
ruggedly
that in
handsome man.
Dude, I mean, I like to screw with telemarketers, and it kind of backfired on me once. Like, this dude called me saying he's from DirecTV and saying that I could get like 50% off my DirecTV bill for a year and a half, and all I had to do was give him $300 up front. So I listened to his spiel, and then at the end of it, I was like, "No, I'm not really interested." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not interested." And he's like, "All right, well, do me a favor." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Send me pictures, send me nudes of your wife." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, send me nudes of your wife." And I was like, "Fuck you, dude." And I hung up the phone. But
It's not business appropriate.
right, I was
Well,
like, "You're
remember,
not
Matt,
from
I used to show you
DirecTV."
what I would send people that asked to buy my house.
Tell him your name is Gimp McGinnis.
I would always go, I want what? Hey, is your house for sale? 1.2 million. Don't you think that's a lot? Hey, buddy, you asked me.
Right.
Yeah,
You asked me what I wanted for my house. I fucking told you. I used to be like, okay, I'll sell you my house. I want everything in sequential bills in a briefcase, and I'll meet you at the third park bench from the
Like the
left
ransom.
of the park at 2 p.m. You leave the briefcase under the park bench, and that's just how we're going to do the transaction.
I just like to waste their time. Like, you're telling me that I can't hook up my internet with the box? Like, I just go back and forth every time they tell me something. Yeah. So, I mean, you telling me
I can see
that I
you doing
can't
that.
activate my, like, I'll do it. I got all day, bro.
I told one I want $1.2 million and I want an 8.5 CGC graded copy of Amazing Spider-Man 129. And he came back and he was like, "Let's be reasonable on that." I was like, "What? I am. It's not like I asked you for a 9.8."
This is your cable company?
No, this was some guy asking me if I wanted to sell my house.
Oh.
All right, I want 3 fucking amazing
Like
fantasy
it's a
15s.
hostage. Like, I want a plane. I want a helicopter taking off 30 minutes from now. Well, we can't do that. We can't do that.
I have a particular set of skills.
Yeah.
Bruiser
I
wants
will
to know if
use
Clayton
you. I
Crane
will
and Black Fly's
Photoshop
wife is
nudes
doing a
on your
cover.
body.
Hopefully.
Oh my god, I'll kill it.
Yeah, he's gonna do the wife stealer variant where it's
I'll
Peter
put your
Parker
shit in
sitting there
AI.
crying and Eddie Brock just stealing Mary Jane from him.
He's like has her like he
I
has
got
her
you.
like around the waist like this, holding her,
Yeah.
and he's like,
Send him his wife pictures of him doing something that's clearly been cut off. His head's cut off and put on like another image.
It's gonna be a cover of Eddie Brock at a con, and he's got Mary Jane just bent over a con table, and Peter Parker standing just sobbing
Man,
while he's
I'd be
holding up a
pretty
picture
scared.
of the Ultimate Fallout ascertain cover.
James
the
is like, he's taking notes. He's like, I know what my next comic book is.
No, I
I've
just
got
noticed.
man.
No, I
Stereotypical
just noticed.
Transformers. That's my next one. I'm making Transformers that are based on like, old men and Asian women and Latinos and whatever. Like every vehicle is gonna be based on something. It's gonna be AI generated.
All right, moving on.
There you go.
The events of Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths have left the planet without Justice League as the heroes consider what the future of the team should look like following their deaths and resurrections, but that doesn't mean that Earth will be unprotected. Nightwing 100 sees Wonder Woman, Diana Prince, and Superman Clark Kent as Nightwing. Ask Nightwing, Dick Grayson, to serve as Earth's primary defender while the Justice League remains on hiatus. "We want you to lead," Superman tells the young hero. "What you did during Crisis, what you've done for Bloodhaven, it's all very impressive and not in any way surprising for those of us who know you well." At first, Nightwing is hesitant to fill the shoes of Earth's greatest heroes, especially with his commitment to Bloodhaven, but he eventually agrees to take on the role with the help of the Teen Titans.
What?
About time.
That
It's
photo.
about time you're seeing Nightwing get his just due and get
Right?
his
You're seeing
comeuppance.
him.
He's always living in Batman's shadow, even with the Titans. He's still kind of in Batman and the Justice League shadow, and now he gets a chance to be the big boy on the block for once.
Sounds good.
Somebody's got to do it.
I'm excited.
I figured you would be since you're a big Nightwing stan.
I mean, in reality, he's the one that's been around the longest as far as like a character, right? That's left from out of the Justice League. Like him being with Batman has been around the longest, so he might be the name that you would pick to be the leader, right?
Yeah,
He's a pretty badass character.
Yeah.
He's a big old
Badass.
swinging dick, so yeah, you definitely want him to.
well, that's why I picked.
Well,
that
he's
picture. I was
got to
like,
be
look
holding
at
it because I'm not seeing it there.
What are you talking about? Look at this.
That
thing,
image.
like-
It looks like a
Look at the guy's
nutsack
face
with
underneath
no
his dick. He's like,
nutsack
"Oh,
alone.
I'm about
That's
to
all
get
that
hit by that.
Yeah.
it's caved in him.
Is that something you ever considered making your arc? You're like, I know this chick I'm drawing has got some nice cans, but
I mean, that's not spit coming out of that guy's mouth, Hartman. I'm going to tell you. All right.
James, you ever been like, I just need to give this dude like a huge cod piece? Like, is that you ever thought about that?
What's that? Are you talking to me?
Repeat the
No, I-
question, Kyle.
Well, I'm excited.
I was just checking out what's coming out of the guy's mouth. I was like, what? I didn't even notice that. And then Matt said that.
Kyle wants to know. Kyle was asking if you've ever just looked at one of your art pieces and been like, you know what? This isn't doing this. This dude needs a bigger cod piece. And you just erase and redraw.
Those boots are Liefeldish.
You know, it's that has never happened.
I was going to ask you that earlier, but I knew that this segment was coming up. This article, so I actually
You held off.
yeah, I did.
You're like, this character's based on me, but something doesn't look right. Oh, I get it. It needs to be more lifelike. You just erase and draw it bigger, right? This is a giant old cod piece.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like an acorn in a bush.
Yeah.
Astro says, hey, now there's a lady in the chat. What's the matter, Astro? Are you worried that you're not going to
What
measure
does
up to
she think?
Nightwing?
Let's get her opinion because I'm not impressed.
You're not impressed that he's as round as a soup can?
He looks like an action figure.
There's a soup can.
The one that gets discounted because it's slammed on the ground.
Right.
Oh,
Bam.
man.
I'm excited for this.
Right.
I hope where it goes. Not the dick part, but the actual story.
I'm not an adult.
Well, the Dick part falls into it. I mean, he is Dick. He's Dick Grayson.
Double
So,
entendre.
yeah, like I said, I'm
Damn.
super excited for it. Nightwing 100 was a real good issue. I'm excited to finally see him get his comeuppance and kind of get to lead the way he wants to and kind of step out of that shadow of his surrogate so-called father and step out of the shadow of Superman and kind of be the main go-to
Number one
guy
guy.
now.
He definitely needs to be the number one guy.
Maybe he can stop finally being a whiner
doing
and
that.
step up to the plate. So
Swing down there and kick those two dudes in the face.
I need a bigger boat.
I heard somewhere that they actually don't say that in Jaws.
Astro said, he's Nightwing in my house. I'm day chicken.
We turn that picture to something else.
Is it making you uncomfortable, Hartman?
Yeah, it is, man. I feel like I'm supposed to be finding something. It's not there.
Oh no, we found it. We've been talking about it for a few minutes.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Are you not entertained?
Right. CBR can exclusively reveal the upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin Lost Years prequel series from IDW will soon expand with a tie-in one-shot dubbed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin Lost Day Special. Written by TMNT co-creator Kevin Eastman and Tom Waltz, with illustration by Ben Bishop and colors by Luis Antonio Delgado. The 40-page special hit stores in May 2023 and stars April O'Neil, her daughter Casey Marie Jones, and the four mutant turtles the Prior have adopted into train. After April takes the turtles with her on a supply run into the devastated ruins of New York City, she becomes embroiled in the latest power struggle affecting the streets and needs to race home with her 4 reptile friends before it's too late.
Dude, that Boss Logic cover is pretty dope.
It is. And I'm sad. Like, I love The Last Ronin. I can't wait for Lost Years. But it was supposed to come out in November, and then it got pushed to January, and now it's getting pushed again until like April. And then this comes out in May. So it's like this series, the 5 issues of the series took like 2 years? It took like the entire time of COVID to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say it worked for the regular series, so why stop now?
Well, I just think, in this series, so many people are all over it and want more that, they can take their time and release it whenever, and people are still going to eat it up.
So is the shell going to repair itself over time, or is it just cracked now forever?
No, it's just
I don't know how turtle
man.
shells are.
Yeah.
And in the ongoing, Bebop and Rocksteady beat the living hell out of Donatello and destroy his shell, and they make him like a metal one that he wears now. So
that's pretty badass. Metal shell.
It's that is cool though. Like the logic with the duct tape and like the plates connecting like holding the pieces of the shell together.
They got stuff that stops leaks in boats now, though.
Just put a little
Flex Seal.
Yeah, Flex Seal. That's what I was thinking. A little Flex Seal on that bad boy, and it's
come on, dude. Just go to Home Depot once.
What he actually needs is the flood. They just Flex Seal just came out with the flood type stuff that's made for floods. That's what he
3D
needs.
printer. That helped.
3D printed shell. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's only plastic. You break right through that.
Yeah, true. We'll talk.
Flex Seal. That's so funny, man. They got the dude from Flex Seal putting it on his shell for him. That'd be fucking.
Look at this boat hole.
Yeah,
I can put it in a boat hole and it stops the water from coming through the hole.
He's got a hose and he's spraying at it. Look at that. Not a drop inside the shell.
Oh my god. I'm not
really
sinking
excited
at all.
for more Last Ronin. I hope this is as good as The Last Ronin, which started out much stronger, in my opinion.
Turtles and a Flex Seal.
Is that a Rambo homage? Yeah, it kind of looks like it, doesn't it? It'll take another 2 years, Zaggy says. And Joe's Doolin says, well, it's IDW, so we'll see it sometime in 2026.
Probably.
Maybe they'll hire me.
Man.
If they can take that long.
You already closed that door. You said you're only drawing Batman or Spider-Man.
No, if it's going to take him like 60, if it can take him 10 years, I got time. I got time to do it in 10 years.
I think you gotta change it. You're like, all right, Batman, Spider-Man, or Turtles.
Turtles. I should have said Turtles. I love Turtles. Every year, my thing was draw Spider-Man, draw a Deadpool, and draw Ninja Turtles.
So IDW, if you're listening,
Dark
Horse, and everyone, if you got a Turtles book,
that's
James is back in.
I'm in.
Aftershock, because you'll be like Matt, and you won't get paid.
Ooh.
Yeah. Don't get paid.
Well, I'd like to get paid.
I like money.
Hey,
the comic book with hand is a character.
They're gonna make sure everybody gets paid, right?
Right.
Everyone will get paid.
On the back end. Way back.
way back.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that was always the deal with somebody would contact you on a chat, like you'd be posting stuff and they say, hey, I got this idea. Yeah. They go, we'll pay you on the back end. You get a percentage of everything. I'm like, okay.
They try to hit you up and get you to do the art for free and not pay you.
Yep.
So a percentage of nothing is nothing. Yep.
Exactly.
Sweet.
Whoa, sign me up.
Yep, a lot of guys did. I did a bunch of stuff for free. I got a stack of stuff for free. Stack of stuff that I did for free.
Yeah, because you hope you're going to get your name out there.
Yeah, that was part of it.
Joker say? What did the Joker say in The Dark Knight?
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
There you go. No, I know you have to though.
Yeah.
You've got to do some stuff to get it out there.
Yeah.
All right, moving on, Maddie.
The first one is free. After that, you pay me. Oh, here we go.
$10 a trick.
Hold on.
Oh, here we go.
I'll be right back. I got to get something to drink for this.
No to AI generated images.
A lawsuit on behalf of a group of plaintiffs artists has been filed in the United States District Court of the Northern District of California against 3 companies, Stability AI, DeviantArt, and Midjourney, over the alleged infringement of copyright of the artists in the creation of so-called artificial intelligence art. As burgeoning technologies continues to change every aspect of the modern world, it's critical that we recognize and protect the rights of artists against unlawful theft and fraud. This case represents a large fight for preserving ownership rights for all artists and other creators. Said Joseph Cervani, founder of the Joseph Cervani Law Firm, LLP, who is representing the plaintiffs along with, can't see because it cuts off there. Hold on. Matthew Butterick and Lockridge Grindle. I can't read that name.
Cares about the fucking names.
Yeah.
These AI generated names?
Dude's name is Grindle.
Sounds like he would make shady deals with you.
We're worried about them becoming sentient. But then,
I thought you said
then it's stealing. It's not the thinking program. It steals it.
Lockridge.
But then we're worried it's gonna become sentient. It's like make up your
I
mind.
I thought it was the town from Blazing Saddles. So.
All right, guys. I'm gonna hop off. It's the wife's birthday. I told her I'd hang out for an hour and then I'd get back to her.
Go ahead and promote all your stuff again.
Yeah, so if you go to alpharedcomic.com, you can help support the issue number 5. That's the coloring for issue number 5, and then there's ways to get the whole story right there. And then I see that Chuck put up my DeviantArt. They're talking about AI stealing art from DeviantArt, and I have my gallery is on DeviantArt, but you can go to jamesq.net and it'll take you right to that deviantart.com/jamesqart. So
don't be a stranger, James. Anytime you want to hop on and chat with us, you're
dude. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate what you guys are doing. This is fun. It's kind of fun going through this the news, the comic news.
Thanks for joining us, James.
For sure, man. I really appreciate it.
Just let Sticks know, and you're more than welcome to hop on and hang out.
Awesome. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Have a great night. See you.
Have a good night.
Yeah, this AI shit. We need to just learn how to do it, guys. Just learn it. Try it. Try it before you judge it.
Hard pass.
People over here saying it's stealing, but they never typed a prompt in their life. You got to at least try.
I think the idea is here that if you generate something from AI, you have to be able to, like when you do a book report, cite your references, where you got the images from.
That's where I was saying that recording your procedure, like what digital artists, they have a way they can record how they draw it. I think that should be something that they look at keeping.
Well, the AI should know where it's pulling from, right?
It's mimicking. It's like I compare it to a child. Like it's like telling a child to draw something. They're not gonna draw, like they're gonna trace it basically.
But you're a fucking tracer.
Tracing still teaches you, like, it's muscle memory. You gain something from tracing. I don't care what you say. If you argue with that, I mean, it's proven.
You know what you gain? You gain how to draw straight lines and not get out of the.
It's drawing comfortably. It teaches you how to draw comfortably. And then it's just like muscle memory for a chord. You play a chord, you can play it with your eyes closed eventually. It's just something you learn.
Yeah.
So
all artists trace in one form or another, because literally if you're putting your work over a light box and redrawing it, you're technically tracing.
Right.
So
if you're a 4-year-old and you're tracing, say, a Disney character over and over again, now you have the ability to trace something that you've created. Like, you're not able to draw it, but you can generate something that's more original than a Disney character. But then you have people who are pulling signatures and stuff, and it's mimicking signatures of artists. It's not copying the signature, it's mimicking, it's generating it. So I
mean,
mean,
let's take-
you could fight it all you want, but I mean, I'm tired of hearing people who haven't tried using the program sitting here telling me what they think it is, but nobody can give me the
Nobody really
origin of it.
knows.
It's a
Nobody can give me
fad.
an origin of where it started or
It
It
how
started
it started.
from a program.
Yeah, it started from a program that was removing noise from photos. It was supposed to remove noise, and then they put in a photo that was nothing but noise, and it generated an image out of nothing. And then so that's where they started tweaking it, and then figured out how to draw it, and then they created the Dolly, which generated the first ones, and then Dolly 2, and then now you got Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, all that stuff.
But you know what? When you generate something in AI, you lose all rights to that because you can't copyright AI generated stuff. Like it's
So then, what if you
didn't
put in
create
a
it.
photo of somebody else?
The U.S. government has already ruled
not
a
AI
couple
then.
of times saying that you can't copyright AI generated
You
stuff
can't
because
copyright
you
something that
didn't
doesn't have
create
a
it.
human hand involved with it.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It has to be something that is made with. So what if you generate something based on a drawing that you've put in as a reference?
So you look at it like this: you create a comic book or something using AI art, and it blows up, becomes the next big thing, becomes the next Superman, the next Spider-Man,
Now
next
hold
Batman,
on.
whatever.
You're talking
Any
about
artist, since
generating
you
it
used
from
AI to
scratch.
create the art, the AI to create that character, anybody and their brother can sell your prints or of your character at conventions, and you can't do a damn thing about it because you don't
Unless
own
you
the rights
generate
to that
it
character.
offline. You don't have to be online to do this, Matt. It can be an offline interface. Like I have a computer that is an offline interface. Nobody can
But
access
even
the
then,
photos I've generated.
because you used AI,
Yeah.
you don't
This
own the
is like
rights to it.
printing money on a non-networked printer. Nobody has anything on that. There's no information that is sending out. It's off the grid.
So you're talking about
So-
like someone has
Mhm.
software on their computer, Hartman. Someone has
Yeah,
software
I've got
on their
software.
computer,
Yes,
and they're not
software that-
using web internet based.
all the stuff I have is in a pool of data on a computer that does not get on the internet.
Yeah, but
And I
they
can
got it from
generate
somewhere.
Huh? Yeah, but see, the thing is though, none of that's getting out. They don't have any way to get it out, so nobody can steal it. So that's my argument against what Matt was saying. Like they have your information, or that's
it's not. I wasn't saying that. It's the same thing you're saying. You pulled those images that it's pulling from somewhere else. So therefore, you took them from someone else. It is now using those images to create a new piece. You can't copyright protect that. So there's
if I put something in that I draw as a reference.
Well, then the only thing you could copyright at that point would be what you drew. Anything that the AI creates, you have no rights to. It's public domain at that point. So you can have everybody in the world going to cons and selling your art, your character, your shit, and you can't do anything about it. There's no protection for you.
Human hand mentioned in the file, like for the copyright in court?
Yes, it says it has to be it has to be produced by a human hand, or there has to be some sort of human involvement in it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Be able to copyright it.
If you draw an image, reference it, have a strong reference for what you created, generate it based on the reference, is that not a human hand involved?
I'll be your
That's not
reference.
your human hand.
So therefore, the only thing that you can copyright is what you physically drew. Anything that you create with the putting those prompts with it in the AI, you have no rights to.
So you're telling me you can't have any AI involvement in copyright something? Because from what I've heard, it can't be 100% made by AI. It has to have human hand involved.
The only thing that you can copyright is what you drew.
God.
Anything that's produced by the AI, you no longer have rights to.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
That's what they're going. There's a whole. There's like 4.
No, I know. That's why I haven't seen this whole like AI can't be involved.
So if you're using the word generate usually means it's done on a computer. If you're doing it by hand, you say draw. So that, you got to the words you use and how you talk about your art.
You're getting generate is you're thinking of generate is like start to finish. Generate a tree and it draws a tree. I'm talking about you have artists that are taking portions of graphics and bashing them in Photoshop, taking something that's created by someone and then something they've created and mixing them together. That's not the same thing as generating an AI image. There's a lot of different ways that you can utilize AI, and it's not. I mean, and I don't think people realize that.
Our actual lawyer is in Vegas.
Vegas.
Just like a lawyer, he's always out of town when you need him.
Wow, I've been asking him about AI. What do I need to know that for?
He's on a write-off vacation. Don't let him fool you. Just like Adam Sandler.
No, but I think that like pissed off, and I understand that you're pissed off. That like I understand that, but I mean, look, Milli Vanilli didn't last long.
I'm not pissed off about anything. I'm just saying, like, you have no.
Oh no, there's a lot of people who are pissed off that aren't even artists, and I don't know why.
You're creating work that you can't. That's not
you.
That
you know that's claim. Not. See, you're looking at it as that point. I'm looking at it as there's going to be It's going to save people time doing something. It's gonna have people creating ideas a lot faster. There's going to be a lot more independent people and trying to put out stuff that they can be seen.
But this is why they have to have litigation on it, right? So they can work out how it's going to work and what you can do.
Oh, I don't disagree that they need laws.
This would be where Sam jumps in on his phone.
China's already passing laws for using AI. But
Sam's on a heater at the blackjack table. He can't risk jumping on his phone. He doesn't want to get kicked out of the casino.
Right.
Come on, I need to buy back
this
my
AI shit is not going anywhere. So, and it's, I mean, you can complain all you want about it. It's like, even if it like the copywriting images, that's not going to stop things from being generated that resemble somebody's artwork. So I just think a lot of people they're not looking at it from all different angles. They're just looking at it from one.
I think the bottom line is not everyone knows anything about it.
Oh, I agree, Astra. I agree with you totally as far as the process of it. But I mean, as far as the time to do something, I think that it's going to save, like, I mean, just for instance, the guy we just had on, he's got a kid, didn't have time, he quit doing it. Like, and it's like, well, dude, now you can do it a lot faster. You could do it with 3 kids and, your job right now. It's that much easier. Right. I mean, even if it's not producing it fully with that, you can use it to help out a lot. Like, you can generate character
whatever
sheets.
That means, Sam.
What did it say?
It says copyright gives you the copyright to derivative works.
What's derivative? Let me ask AI.
Unoriginal. I think.
Who laughed?
I think derivative is unoriginal.
Huh?
I think derivative means unoriginal, but I'm not sure.
It's a derivative of. It's from.
No, it's something that is based on another source.
Right, not original. Yeah.
So then I don't think that they're going to be able to prove that.
Well, it's all.
I know there's a few stories of a couple of artists out there who have created a comic book using AI generated art, and they were getting pissed off because people were taking their art and selling it and they couldn't do anything about it. They tried to copyright it, and the courts told them, you can't copyright it because you made this through AI. Your hand was not involved in this. Therefore, you can't copyright this. Therefore, it's free use. Anybody can use it. So,
well, if you're getting caught up looking at the AI, you can pretty much tell when something's AI or that's done with AI. You can look at something and pretty much tell.
I mean, the one way to look at it is like, let's take the WWE. They go in, they have a name, they copyright it, and then they use the name. So if they go in and just use the name without the copyright, anyone can use that name.
When Adobe puts out their update, with integrating
that's why
AI.
They always keep up on their copyrights.
Like, because they're about to use that in Adobe, so that's going to have AI in every piece of art possibly done through Adobe.
You can use copyrighted work if it's fair use, meaning transformative, educational, nonprofit, or critical.
I don't know what mud huts have
We
to do
should
with
never get a
anything, but
copyright infringement on this channel because everything we do is educational and critical.
So is manga
And
the same
transform it,
situation?
because we transform your lives as you sit here with us for 2 hours on Saturday nights.
Is manga considered
the more you know.
the same situation with the art style? Is like
Did he
looking
okay?
at inspired by Dragon Ball and stuff like that?
I don't think you can't copyright style.
I know
Like-
you have to. You learn style. You learn your style through
Right.
evolving or tracing, drawing things that are probably copywritten material, right?
Probably. I mean, if
So
you're tracing
no,
out
so
of
Brosifer says also the problem is if someone says draw me a picture in Jim Lee's style instead of commissioning his work, it takes away income from that artist. No, because you can't teach.
no,
You can copy style. Like it's
Yeah.
it would be like, oh well, see if someone was like, see this Jim Lee Batman, draw it exactly like that, and sell it to me.
it
So-
would negate a lot of these covers that we get, right?
So the people that are doing that are scum. The ones that are taking it and just straight up jacking styles. I mean that's not good, but I don't think that that's the main thing everybody's doing. I think they're generating abstract paintings and upload them to Etsy.
And on
I'm
that
very
note,
happy to hear that, Astro.
and I think Astro's got a good point, so we're going to move on.
Good job, Astro.
Yeah.
DC Studios head James Gunn has teased that he may cast some Marvel Cinematic Universe stars in upcoming DC Universe projects. In an interview with Empire about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Gunn stated that he will probably work with the cast of the upcoming MCU film again, with the writer/director hinting that he might cast them in his revamped DCU. The casts are like my family, he said about the Guardians of the Galaxy ensemble. I cannot tell you how close I am to Chris Pratt and Palm and David and Zoe and Karen, but I also know I will work with him again. All these people individually again, he added, laughing, probably at my other job. So there's already talk that Chris Pratt is going to play Booster Gold.
It's like the
Well,
bisexual
I was gonna
of
think
the comic universe. He gets both
You're
worlds.
looking at your new Omega Men. So
Yeah, I'm saying, but there's a lot of people who have already attached Chris Pratt to Booster Gold. So
Zoe Deschanel is, or whatever her name is there, as Big
Zoe
Barda.
Deschanel,
What's her name?
Zoe Saldana.
Zoe Saldana. Yeah, put her, make her like Big Barda, or you know. And Batista is that one redheaded guy.
All I know is Karen
Okay,
Gillan
get
should
the
never
other
cut
names.
her hair like that ever again.
No,
Keep it long, baby.
Listen. When Marvel comes knocking on your door and they say, "Listen, we need you to shave your head for X amount of millions of dollars," you shave your head.
Is he doing that blue
I don't
steel
care how
look?
beautiful your red hair is.
no, you put a bald cap on and you say, "All right, I got you."
Was it Zoolander stare? Is that what he's doing there?
Blue
The
Steel.
Still, yeah. Moonlighting.
So we're interested to see what they're going to be doing.
I think it's interesting that he would port them over to DC, but we'll see.
Batista doesn't want to be typecast, though. I don't know if he'll do another superhero movie because he doesn't want to be typecast in that role. He said he wants to take more serious roles. That's why he
Yeah,
made
Paycheck, he'll do it.
Rock.
Yeah, I'm gonna go work with M. Night Shyamalan because you know he's
Ding-dong.
yeah, Shyamalan wow, M. Night Shyamalan wow. But
Wow. That's
because
right.
he's credible now, you know.
Stuber did it for him.
Yep.
Stupid.
Stupid.
Dumbest movie on the planet, man.
I mean, the name of the movie just screams pass.
But not surprising that you're gonna see these casts in DC. It makes sense.
Well, if he's going to do his brother and fucking everything, he might as well do them
Right.
too.
Yeah.
Just as Batman formed his own team for branded vigilantes to operate internationally, the Joker may soon follow suit. DC's latest solicitation for April 2023 reveals that Batman Incorporated #7 features the rise of Joker Inc., which will likely be composed of supervillains either inspired by Mr. J are operating under his leadership. One of the issues variant covers shows a cowboy-themed clown named Dusty Bronco. Jesus Christ. Possibly the first of Joker Inc.'s members.
That's a porn star name,
The
dude.
description of Batman Incorporated #7, which
I
more
love porn
prominently features the creepy serial killer Professor Pig, reads, "No one is safe from a Professor Pig continues his war path across Gotham. Meanwhile, Ghostmaker has the worst Gotham has to offer in his grasp and must decide whether to keep his promise to Bruce or end their reign of terror for good. Can Batman Inc. find a pig in time to save the city? Will Ghostmaker fall back into his old ways?" Guest starring Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, and more of Gotham's finest. And as if that weren't enough, the road to Joker Inc. begins here.
Who's bringing home the bacon?
I am now Dusty Bronco.
I mean, that's
That's a
a Magic
terrible
Mike
fucking
name, right?
name,
Magic
dude.
Mike?
Yes, Dusty Bronco.
Dude, that's a porn star name for sure. That's
Is the baby coming back?
Maybe.
Mud baby.
Clayface baby?
I'm the plumber, Dusty Bronco.
I don't know. I mean, I'm all right with him getting a team, I guess, and putting it together, but
They could find a better
weird.
team.
This
right?
sounds weird.
You running out of ideas?
I mean, and then calling it Joker Incorporated.
I'm Googling what Dusty Bronco's going to look like. We need more Dusty Bronco. Dusty Bronco.
I don't know who Dusty is. Dustry. Is it? Is it spelled that way?
Yeah.
Saying it
He
wrong.
looks up as
Dustry.
the Bronco Raptor.
Oh, Dustry.
By
D-U-S-T-R-Y.
Dusty Bronco build. A 2-year wait to the day Dusty finally came home.
You spell that with an R?
Yeah, D-U-S-T-R-Y.
Dustry.
Dustry.
Dusty Bronco.
Dustry.
Still the same thing that comes up. It's just a bunch of Broncos.
I think safe
Probably hasn't-
search has got to be
probably-
off.
Yeah, Pygmalion. He'll get a lot of Pygmalion pics of
Dusty Bronco.
My Fair Lady.
Listen,
The concept doesn't sound 100% interesting to me, so.
What did the Joker call his mud baby? Little shit.
Dude, there's no pictures of Dusty Bronco yet.
So stupid. Such a stupid name.
Yeah. No.
Rodeo clown killing people. Interesting.
Dustry has sex with his sister.
Robert Kirkman says, "Never say never when it comes to continuing his hit Image comic series, The Walking Dead." In the back of The Walking Dead Deluxe 55, which hit shelves this week, Kirkman addressed whether he might one day return to the hit series, which ended abruptly in 2019 after 193 issues. "I gave 16 years of my life to this world," Kirkman said. "I may dabble in it at some point in the future, but I doubt I'll ever return to do a full series. But I'd never say never." In response to a fan letter asking if he would write a new Walking Dead comic, he continued, "Lots of people ask for a new series here. The closest will likely come to this is an entirely new series from me that completely separates completely separate from The Walking Dead, but has subject matter that would appeal to Walking Dead fans. That's the best I can do at this point." Dude, just give us a new series already.
So could Christopher Reeves, like, if he would, like, would he be able to walk if he was dead? I mean, like in the
No,
in the
you can't walk
universe.
when you're dead, Hartman. Usually you're you're in the ground.
I mean, the
or
show's Walking
in
Dead, though.
ashes or-
Like,
Right.
I would have been pissed
they-
if I was in a wheelchair and saw that title. Like, fuck.
They did have zombies that crawled on the ground, too, so.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that's because their legs were cut off or because they like fell off a horse.
They're mobile.
I agree, Joe.
That would be crazy to see, though. It's this zombie apocalypse, just one zombie in a wheelchair fucking wheeling down the road.
I would be very envious if I was a wheelchair zombie and everybody else
It's
was
an electric
walking dead.
scooter.
Shit, I can't even walk when I'm dead.
Look out, that zombie has a hover round.
Yeah. Is it all
Yeah.
electric
Oh,
wheelchair?
his legs just gave out. Mine were taken from me.
Very good repair tech, Tony.
Rest in peace, Superman.
Do you
I'm
think
sure.
if he started something of a new Walking Dead, you'd compare it to the original Walking Dead? You'd be like, this isn't as good.
Oh, I think it would be the same universe, so you're gonna look at it.
That's what it
the
should be
same.
called, The Rolling Dead.
Yeah,
They should have one, like a handicapable dead.
that would
or
just
something.
throw a fucking wrench in everything. The guy's like, "There's a zombie coming. This motherfucker's in an
Yeah.
electric wheelchair," and he's just
We're out of wrenches. Oh my god! Get the spike strip.
At least
Yeah.
you know that one will never catch you. He
probably
couldn't
have
even sneak
incredible
up
arm
on you.
strength.
Yeah.
Got those
Electric wheelchair
gymnast
around.
style zombies doing like flips and shit, walking on their hands.
I hope if he makes a new one, I hope he does AI for it.
Absolutely. Fuck paying Charlie
I will.
Adlar. You don't need his art. Go
More zombies.
just AI it all up.
Well, if Liefeld doesn't take advantage of this shit, I don't know who is.
Why? The AI can't draw better hand, draws about the same
Yeah,
kind of
it
hand
can.
as
If you put a hand in for reference, it can draw a hand.
Dude, every time I've seen an AI
did
draw
it.
a hand, it's all like morphed or it's got like 16 fingers or
I drew it like a Disney Mickey Mouse hand and threw
Here,
it on
share
an
your
image.
screen and show us.
I don't. I'm on this separate laptop. I've got my laptop in my hand. I can send it to the group.
No, I want a demonstration.
You want a demonstration of how to use? I can tell you how to. I can show you how to use it.
That's why I
don't think you want to learn
that.
that.
I want you to draw a hand.
I agree with that.
Oh, you want
here.
to draw a hand?
What do you want the AI to draw?
A hand.
Where are you on Mid Journey? You're not on Mid Journey. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Hot pot. What is it called?
Are you drawing a hand?
I'm waiting for it to generate me a hand. I mean,
What
that
is
looks
that,
like a
a
little dick to me.
toothpick? It has a toothpick.
And like, I don't know, like how does a hand form like that? Like, Jesus Christ. What the fuck is this?
That is.
It looks like
fingers.
a little uncircumcised dick.
And a toothpick.
So what you got to use a reference image when
Yeah,
you do
and a
it.
tooth. Why is there a toothpick there?
Hey, just type in your mom.
She's got a carpal tunnel or whatever that thing is. What's the thing with your hands?
Draw
Old
your
ladies-
mom.
Old ladies get their hands where they look like they're bent hangers. What's that called?
A handful of baby dicks.
That's what it
A
looks
bag
like.
full of antlers.
Oh, God.
Or you just wear gloves. Put them in mittens.
Look, there's apparently
Shit.
your mom.
I typed Cartier West and it put up a picture of a bunch of black guys, and I'm like,
Your mom
Almost
looks
got
very
it.
much like what's the dude whose name who plays the evil kid in Harry Potter? Looks like Draco Malfoy.
Type in The Rock. It's Cinderella.
I typed in Chris Rock, or what was it? Jada Pinkett Rock, and it gave me a Jada Pinkett Smith looking like The Rock. I'm like, man, I wanted like a Chris Rock amalgam. And it gave me the eyebrow. It gave me the alopecia eyebrow of The Rock. Yeah, you're using that. You're using that dollar store AI, man.
Dollar store AI.
You're using that orange drink AI. I'm over here on that Mountain Dew, Coca-Cola.
What the fuck is that?
She's the
Why
mightiest
is she got
middle
lightning
finger
coming
you
down?
can
Like,
ever give somebody. That's a middle finger of a god.
Jesus
Wait, can
Christ.
you zoom in more of that?
Huh?
Can you zoom in more?
I mean, I can, but it's gonna be all pixelated.
Are those
I
nipples?
just wanted to see her face.
She's got a full beard.
She does. Astro
Rock
says
or
type
Sami
in
Zayn?
graffiti.
Yeah, you
Type in
can't
graffiti.
spell either. That was one of my
Doesn't get
questions.
popular,
Is
actually.
if it's copying, why can't it spell? I've given it words to like as reference to spell, and it still can't get it. Like, are you fucking with me right now, AI?
Spell potato.
You can't get Marlin spelled out on a wall when I've given you Marlin, giving me like Merlin Brando and stuff.
Is that Marlon Brando the wizard?
I don't know who Merlin Brando is. He's a wizard godfather or something.
It's not bad graffiti, but what the hell is this?
I just drew a hand with 4 fingers.
Type in the
What
Walking Dead.
it won't type in words. It like you can't make like I've tried everything to get it to generate a word, and it's like teaching a dog to speak. I mean, like words. Just tilts its head and looks at you.
She's holding her flashlight dildo.
Dang.
Hey, it's Rick.
Dude, copyright infringement.
It's Rick and Michonne. It's like walkers. Look at Rick's arm. He's got a little fucked up arm here. Like he's got a little strong hand.
He's got a little Carl arm.
He's got a little strong hand. Like look at that. Look at that foot. Good night.
I just sent a picture of AI generated image to the chat. I don't know if you can pull that up or not. I'm on 2 laptops right now, so it's kind of hard to share.
Mickey Mouse Jonestown Massacre.
Actually, I could join. Like, hold up. Can you share my screen?
Yeah, hold on. There's what Hartman sent.
That was literally generated by typing a hand.
Well, I don't understand why your fingernails are on the backside of your hand.
I don't know. Maybe his dad and maybe his dad and wife, brother and sister. I don't know.
Do that.
I didn't type in details.
No, I'm not gonna do 2 girls, 1 cup.
That's fake anyways. That's a myth.
Do it.
It was ice cream.
1 cup.
This is gonna be interesting. I can't do anymore. I used the daily free limit.
All right.
I've just created
a
bunch of accounts.
You said it was Hotspot. You did?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, let me see.
I just typed in AI art generator, and it was hotpot.ai.
I got a bunch of viruses now. Good job.
Nah. I got the virus protection of a god.
You're gonna get that. Your IP address is this, and your camera's stuck on, and there's a ransomware.
Let's see.
So the way I use Midjourney is I just have 78 different email addresses.
What am I doing again? Oh, 2 girls, 1 cup.
Nothing crazy. Just 78 different email addresses.
I'm surprised they're not all in chat.
Somewhere Pete is yelling, no!
It's actually there's a little trick that you can do. Free trials, sometimes you can put a period in your email.
All right, so I found a different one. Here's 2 girls, 1 cup.
They're sharing. That's the thing that you should do in life. Where's the cup?
There's no cup.
So then they're just
because I have ad blockers
just
on.
not being sanitary about it.
They're wearing the cup.
All right.
Maybe they're standing in the cup.
That's enough. Let's move forward.
Yeah, your AI art generation is not interesting.
We're not on point, I guess.
Girl, like 1 girl in a cup and 2 girls in. I want to see Bruce Jenner the Hulk.
Cupping hands. Yeah,
Cupping hands. You don't remember that video, Hartman? 2 girls, 1 cup?
Yeah, no, it lost its sting when I found out it was a fake. Like I was
I hope so.
devastated about being devastated first seeing it.
All right,
So it
what's
wasn't
next,
real.
Matt? They're cupping hands. It seems
Bruce
literal.
Jenner, the Hulk.
Matt,
Hold on a second.
what are you doing? Here, we'll just all hang out.
No, we're good.
I hope it gives me a Bruce or a
Look at
Caitlyn
this.
Jenner Hulk. Bruce Jenner, not Jenner, or Bruce.
Look at this
Jenner?
fucked up Spider-Man. Look at that hand.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Look at that hand. He's got like the
He's
formed hand.
he's flicking.
This one, he's just going
What the-
really fast.
Don't hand shame him.
All right. That's,
Couldn't be.
a
Look at that
series-
face.
who's opening candy?
Look at that guy's dead,
that
dying
sticks,
face.
I think.
Someone's eating beef jerky. All right.
Just says, is that AI or JR?
A little bit of both.
That's JR. JR.
Astra says, Hartman, you should use one of your AI images for your avatar.
I can't use an avatar in StreamYard. I mean, I can use an icon, but
A series of toys from Warner Brothers Discovery and DC Studios upcoming The Flash reveals a third evil version of Ezra Miller's Scarlet Speedster. The image posted to Reddit features a version of the Flash in his traditional costume, a second version in a recycled bat suit, and a third version in a bulky black ensemble. The latter is believed to be an evil version of Miller's character referred to as Dark Flash. Little is known about Dark Flash and their role in the upcoming film, but the character's design closely resembles that of the Black Flash, created by writer Grant Morrison, Mark Millar, and the artist Ron Wagner. The Black Flash debuted briefly in The Flash Volume 2, issue 138 in June 1998, ahead of its first full appearance in Flash Volume 2, issue 141 in September 1998. A Grim Reaper-like character, the Black Flash returns as a speedster to the Speed Force, the extra-dimensional force of cosmic energies from which all speedsters derive their power upon their death, and appears shortly before a speedster is about to die.
So he's the speedster Grim Reaper.
The Speedster Grim Reaper.
So we were looking earlier. Thank you, sir. You read my mind. So now that that's come out, what are people charging for those issues now?
So we'll look at 141 since that's the actual first appearance. And I mean, it hasn't really moved. Last sold was yesterday for $29.80.
You got to look the day
last
before,
sold.
before the news
What's
and
up?
the day after the news. Look like the day before the news what it was selling, and then the day after the news.
This news came out a few days ago. So yesterday was the 20th. So you're looking at $29.80. Other than that, the last sold October 30th for $26. It was 12 bids, so it was bid up. It wasn't a buy it now type deal. And then after that, November 25th, 2022 was $16. So it's not like super. November 5th for $11. And for some reason, people aren't
kind of doubled.
What's up, Sticks?
Doubled. Yeah, like what Kyle said, it's kind of doubled.
Yeah. But it's still a book that, like November 27th, Black Flash, hot booked, $33. It's still a book that is very
sought after.
I wouldn't even say sought after. I would say like obtainable, but really, I think this book isn't going crazy because I don't think a lot of people have faith in this.
I guess if you're already speccing on different versions of the Flash anyway, that would be kind of one to go after. So,
138 here, January 20th, yesterday, sold for $22. October 30th, $32. So about the same. Actually went down. The sale went down from the older one. You got a 9.0 selling for $30. He said it's $6 in October.
Cheap for a slab.
It just makes me think that people aren't buying into this because, given the direction of the DCU and the whole Snyderverse stuff, and you're not really knowing what they're going to do with Ezra Miller's Flash after this.
Right.
It's kind of like, why, if you have it, sell it, but why really go crazy?
Why get invested in it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, why get invested in it? Yeah.
Well,
But I guess on the other hand, if you're thinking they're going to keep with him, and I mean, you already kind of have an idea that they're going to stay with Aquaman, right? In some form, or at least what's his name, the character.
Well, Momoa's still going to work with them, but I don't think he's going to be Aquaman. I think he's going to make the jump to Lobo.
Funny that
That's
those
what
two
everyone's
were the only
thinking,
ones
but-
you saw their face in Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Right.
all right. Well, didn't make much of a jump, so that's good. But
Was James Gunn thinking about that when he was doing it? Like, I think I'm gonna can those two.
I don't think James Gunn has a say with Ezra Miller. From what is coming out, like Ezra Miller
think he
seems
does
to be
either.
untouchable by anybody except DC Warner Brothers executives, because they're all like, "Oh well, yeah, he's."
No, I mean like in Peacemaker, was he like, "Oh, we don't need her and Superman because they're done when I'm in." Just keep those
Well,
two.
that was before that, but
Momoa did an interview with Variety, and he said he's still Aquaman, but he's going to play more than one character.
Yeah, he
he's
was giddy, like
Aquaman
he
for
just
now.
banged his teacher. He wanted to tell everybody.
So not bad. All right, I think. Okay, moving on. I think this you found today, I thought it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, so Comic-Con released the numbers for sales for comic books in 2022 across the publishers. These are new books, new periodicals released by publishers through comic book distributors. Variants are not included. So this is not including your variants. This is just like your main covers.
A and B.
Yeah. So Marvel in 2022 processed or published 855 titles. DC processed 710 titles. Image 610. IDW 214, Boom 213, Dark Horse 189, Dynamite 194. Others put out 1,726 for a total for the year of 4,711 issues.
855 different titles.
Yeah.
Which that's
And they
actually
can't-
down from 2000, because in 2015 and 2016 and even 2017 and 2018, like in 2019,
Well-
it's down. Like those are all, 56, 58, 59, 55, 53, and then 2022 it crashes hard.
So those are years when you have Avengers coming out and Infinity War and Infinity Gauntlet, whatever the other one was called. That's all coming out there. So I can understand having a push in those years and an uptick in what they're putting out.
When did COVID hit?
Look at COVID.
19.
Look at COVID with what COVID did in 2020, man. Like it went from 53,000 total copies sold of comics to 38,000.
Right.
What if that had an impact on like how many people were submitting for releases?
Well,
I don't know how that works, but you think people like were writing more and submitting less, or some variation?
Well, a lot of these guys are working from home anyways. There's not a lot of people working in the Marvel building writing, and
Who's working much when they're working at home?
I don't think they're doing that even then. I'm sure there were, but not as many as used to.
It's hard to think that they came out with 855 different titles.
Right. Well, I think it's you're looking at issues too. So like, I think it's counting how many issues of Amazing Spider-Man, they wrote. They're not counting print run like, oh well, there's 50,000 copies of this out there. It's different titles that came out. So
like Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, 4,
right,
5,
exactly,
6.
yeah.
Variants, graphic novels, and manga not included. I'd like to see the manga. Pre-April 2020.
So they put out 855 titles last year.
A lot of dead trees.
Well, I mean, you're putting out 855 titles. I wonder how well all those titles are selling. You know,
so as you read it, that in 2020, all those numbers are just pre-April for 4 months.
That's still crazy.
Yeah.
And then you got new comic book release in 2022 by publishers through comic book distributors, variants not included. So you look at it here, you get broken down by the month. So like January, Marvel's January, February, March, like they only put out 46 titles in April, and then just crazy. So you get your breakdown of your 855 titles. Like January, they did 75, February 62, March 78, April 46, May 51, June 89, July 67, August 84, so on and so forth. So
you get June, they're like, we better get this shit done so we can go and party.
Yeah, you get your breakdown of all the I mean, across all the publishers named here, they put out 4,711 titles last year.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
It's a lot of comic booking.
Yeah. And then you get your printed comics released by format, printed items containing at least 50% comic content released by publisher through comic book distributors. Marvel comic books, main versions, 2022, they put out 4,711. Comic book variants, 11,398. They put out 5,624 graphic novels for a total print product of 21,733. That's insane. 11,398 variants.
And like Joe said, that's all Dynamite.
Probably. Like
they should have. That's crazy.
That's an interesting breakdown.
That's interesting.
Gee, not Hartman sports cards. It's a lot of fucking comics. That's sort of.
Is it? I don't know. I don't know if it's too many or.
Like, look at the past years on variants. Like 2018, they put out 5,844 variants. 2019, it goes up steadily, and it goes up and comes down. But like, I wonder what 2020 at 6,302 variants. 2021, 9,000 to 11,398 variants. I blame all those. It's all those shops that are popping up, those online
store
shops and store exclusives and
whatnot variants.
I mean, it doesn't say variants included. So, I mean, is it just like do they request these be written and created, or are people submitting them for like asking, hey, can we do this? Or, I don't know how the whole process is.
Well, you have to ask the publisher if you can do a variant.
But are they like telling people to do it? Like, hey, make this for me now, bitch. And then they are like, okay, sir.
Well, no, usually the store or whoever wants to do a variant contacts the publisher, says, hey, I want to do a variant. And they secure an artist and they say, hey, this is who I'm going to have do that variant. And they go, okay, well, set us your work for approval. And then the artist draws it and they submit it. And Marvel or DC or whoever will come back and go, well, you need to remove this, or this is okay. We'll go from here. So
this does include variants, or it does?
Yes, this statistic includes variants.
Okay.
Yeah, like it says the word variant.
I was more confused by the one that not including variants.
Yeah. The main version is the top one.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
All right. I think
it's still doing Penthouse comics. The erotics, the 95.
What? Now it's time for worst covers of the week.
Best and worst covers of the week time. We always start off with our worst covers of the week, and coming in, making that after you eat Taco Bell face, we have the Punisher number 9 main
Sound like Bo
cover.
Jackson.
I got to figure out a way to get rid of this bar. So
Stupid Windows 11.
I know, right? So you can see who did the cover.
Here, I'll just bring it up. I'll tell you who did the cover. Hold on. It was Jesus Sayas.
There you go. Punisher number 9, main cover by Jesus Sayas. That is your making the face after eating Taco Bell cover of the week. You gotta have, he's got that helmet to really grip down on to give her some hell.
That's holding on to the towel rack.
Yeah,
that's how hot the sauce was.
Up next we have Hulk 11, the Ba cover.
I don't mean to interrupt, but did you see that it's like a TikTok video or something where the dude put out all the Taco Bell packs and he made a Blink 182 song about it?
Yes. But
Non Hartman said, "Would Penthouse Comics?"
Well, I'm asking them, not you guys. I saw one the other day on Russian Facebook, and I am asking about it.
Joe's Doolin says Marvel dislikes the Punisher as a character now, so I'm not surprised they're not sending their best.
Yeah, I don't know, Hartman. I couldn't even tell you if Penthouse Comics would sell in the world.
I don't even know if they still sell them. I just know this was 95, and I'm like, oh my god.
I don't know the last time I even thought about
Joe's Doolin says they'd have one buyer,
magazine.
Hartman. Heavy metal sells. But there you go.
Well, I'm not buying. I just
Hulk number 11,
baby.
Ba cover. This week, Kyle and I sat down just for some background, and we went through all the variant covers, and it was way more challenging picking good covers this week than it was bad covers. It just felt like there were so many bad covers this week.
We felt like this was the best of the bad covers.
Yeah. Next, we got the Flash 791, the Mark Delfonso cardstock cover.
The Marco from Michigan cardstock cover.
Yeah, that's pure Michigan right there. He's holding a baguette under his arm. He's eating a donut. He's got a burger. He's got another donut in his hand.
I like the Flash throwing up one in the bottom corner.
What's that?
I like the bottom corner picture where it's Flash throwing up.
Is he throwing up or is he eating a burrito?
Let me see.
Looks like he's eating a burrito. But let's go with throwing up because it makes it better.
Looks like throwing up to me.
There he is spinning a pizza. There he's with this big stack of a burger or flapjacks or something like.
This one in the top right kind of looks like he's spanking it.
He's making a Scooby-Doo hero sandwich.
There you go. This looks like he just farted and he's like wafting it into his face to smell his own brand. Yeah.
Chipotle.
He's got a very rugged jawline, though.
Yes.
Next up, we got best covers of the week. Those were our 3 worst covers of the week. Next up, we got best covers. I picked this Venom homage. This was actually the Spider-Man. What is this? 375, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
That is the first comic book I ever owned. That was my very first comic book that got me into collecting. So, of course, I had to jump on this homage cover.
It was shiny.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful cover.
Shiny.
It's a JTC Classics homage variant done after the Bagley.
Speaking of that, there was one that sold recently that had no foil on it. I wish I could remember how much it was, but it was like in the 100,000.
Damn. First comic was a Venom 2 from Walmart pack 2 years ago.
So, I mean, here we're talking about another homage. I don't know. I like the original. I'm not too big on homages, but I do like this one. It's different. He's got more tone to him. So.
Yeah, and it pops a little more.
Sexual.
Yeah. Well, you don't have that back, you know.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm
Next
all
up,
right with this one.
Mortal X-Men 10, the Mark Brooks cover.
I think that's badass looking.
Yeah, I do like that cover.
It makes me want to go buy it and actually see if it's worth reading.
Well, they're getting into their sinister, Sins of Sinister stuff, so. But it's a beautiful cover. Next up, we got Catwoman 51, the David Nakayama cover.
Look at that booty. Yeah. Loving it. That's a nice cover, man. It really is.
Then we got
Take that key away.
Okay.
Lazarus Planet, Assault on Krypton #1. The Nathan Cesdry cardstock cover.
Zerdy.
Zerdy, is that what it's Zerdy? I can't pronounce the name. Sorry, I butchered your name, buddy.
Is that
But
supposed
that's
to
a
be the
beautiful
lady?
cover.
That's supposed to be the lady in Superman 3 that get sucked into the computer.
Maybe.
I think it's a Tim Burton inspired look.
But it's just a lot of detail in that
it's like
cover.
that
It's
crotch
just a
section.
beautiful
Little
cover.
skeleton.
Those are our best new and worst covers of the week.
I like that one.
Now we're gonna get into big news in anime with Mr. Cardi West.
It's Cartier.
You're running Sam segment, so don't let him down.
Not Cardi B. Cartier.
No World's Finest 11 Jack White variant or Nightwing 1 in 100s or 1 in 150 variants. Get out of here. You can see them all over the internet this week.
Yeah.
That Jack White World's Finest cover is a joke. So, in my opinion, anyways, if you want FOMO, go for it. But I ain't paying that much for that stupid cover.
So basically, this week, Bleach, the new. That's not Bleach. But anyways,
Yeah, there's no slides.
I'm telling you, I've got it right here in front of me.
Well, then share it on your screen, and I'll share your screen.
Well, I mean, I've got the website right here in front of me.
Okay, go ahead.
Bleach basically just passed the top anime on its list, the MAL list, which was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood before, and that's a tough thing to take down. To get the top of the list, you got to be doing something right. And then
Hold on, everybody. Let him Google.
No, Spy X Family leads the pack with 19 nominations for the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. And then thanks to COVID, Nier Automata is getting delayed inevitably for episode 4. And that's the news.
What's your WTF manga of the week, Hartman?
I don't have a manga this WTF. Kind of making it my own this week.
All right, awesome. Well, that was big news in anime with Hartman.
Couldn't even AI generate one.
I was working on a logo all day. Sorry.
All right. Moving on.
I don't know what's going on, but that kid's just smacking his face over and over again on my screen. Moving on to first appearances of the week this week. We got Wakanda #4, the first appearance of Kim, love interest to Tosin. Tosin, could Marvel be potentially planning something big with Tosin? Because Tosin is very in your face lately. So could they be moving on with the son of T'Challa moving forward in the MCU? Who knows? But they kind of teased it, even though his name wasn't Tosin at the end of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It just kind of feels like that's the direction they're going in. So it's up to you.
By the Hyundai Tucson.
I'm ruggedly handsome.
Yes, it's a needle mover. It's a needle mover.
Oh shit!
No, really, like I don't know if this is gonna ever be anything, but Tosin just seems to be all over the place. And now that they're giving him a love interest and introducing these new characters in Wakanda, yeah, wouldn't it be cool? Next, we got DC Universe Lazarus Planet Assault on Krypton. First appearance of Ash. I wish Ish was here. I don't read this book, so I wish Ish was here to tell us whether or not this was worth buying. Someone gave Hartman a 50-word count maximum. Okay.
Matt's AI generated killed any buzz I had remotely.
Whatever.
Here we go. Here.
Yeah.
I'll help you out.
Batman One Bad Day, Bane #1, his first appearance of Grudge and adversary of Bane. These One Bad Days have been pretty interesting, but I don't really think that there's anything noteworthy or spec-worthy in this or what these characters that they're introducing in these stories, but who knows what James Gunn and DC is going to do moving forward. Next, we have Stargirls, The Lost Child, the first appearance of the worst character name, I think, and the Childminder. The second cameo appearance of Boom Judy, and the first team appearance
Garrick?
of 13. The 13. Oh, I did miss the Garrick under there. Thank you,
Judy Garrick. So
but that is your
Todd
first
Garrick is
appearance
Flash, right?
this week.
What's that, Sticks?
Judy Garrick is the Flash?
Garrick. Well, no, her father was the Flash, or I'm assuming.
Is this the Stop Cam episode? Where we're all gonna not be on camera? All
I
right.
was standing up.
So that's our first appearances of this week. Do with that as you may. Buy wisely. That's all I'm gonna say. And we're moving on to our top 5. Our top 5 this week, we decided to do top 5 songs, in our opinion, from
mine and yours.
Yeah, okay. So Kyle and I's top 5 songs, since we're the only ones that participate in this segment.
I've got a list right here.
Okay, Hartman's got a list apparently.
All right. Well, let's get started.
Top 5 for me, #1, Hero by Chad Kroeger and Josie Scott from the first Spider-Man movie.
Are you shitting me?
Awesome song. #4, Mila J, Smells Like Teen Spirit from Black Widow. I just love her, a slow, kind of toned down, darker rendition of Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
I think it really fit this movie. Super good. #3, I've got Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin from Thor Ragnarok, because it just hits different when that starts playing in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
#2, I have Dear Mr. Fantasy from Traffic from the opening of Avengers Endgame. Just because like every time I watch this movie, I just find myself singing that song during the opening after Hawkeye's family all disappears. So I love that. And then #1, of course, is Kiss from a Rose by Seal.
Go back to #2 real quick.
Oh, come on.
Sing it for us.
What?
Dear,
I'm not gonna sing. Get out of here.
You said you sing it every time you hear it. Let's hear it.
I do, but I'm not gonna sing on here.
That's only in the shower, Kyle. Only in the shower.
Well, they say only 10% of men sing in the shower.
And the other 10 jack off.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. 90% of the others don't take a shower, probably. So.
And then #1, of course, Kiss from a Rose by Seal from Batman Forever.
Sing that for us, Matt.
I'm not singing it.
See, look.
Sing it. Baby!
No, I'm not. I'm good.
Matt's been kissed by a rose.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
A face only a mother could love.
Dusty. All right.
So mine is #5 is In the Trunk by Too Short.
Sing it for me, Kyle.
In the trunk. What?
You ain't singing. I heard you say
Drop that ass. In the trunk.
So if you don't know what the song is, it's that very first song at the beginning of the movie when they're playing basketball. That's the song I'm talking about. And Anytime the shorts in a movie, you got to too shorts to shit.
TJ said I would fast forward Batman Forever to credits on VHS to listen to that song.
That's kissed by a rose.
You probably could have
You
just
were
cut it and
drunk,
sliced it.
trying to smash, get her cash, but her mouth was hella fast.
Number 4, I've got Institutionalized by Suicidal Tendencies from Iron Man, because all he wanted was just one Pepsi. So
What is it institutionalized? Never heard about it. Does sound like a group that you'd enjoy.
the group is called
Suicidal Tendencies is the name of the group.
Are they death metal?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
No.
You ever seen Iron Man?
Is that a movie?
It's not AI generated, so he hasn't seen
All right,
it.
go number 3.
No. I've seen Steel.
I've got number 3. I've got 9 Inch Nails. We're in this together
Sorry.
from the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
With the dope ass song. It was actually the song they played in the trailer, but it's close enough, so I picked it. Number 2, I have "Burned" by The Cure from the Crow soundtrack, which is one of the best fucking soundtracks on the planet. But I love The Cure, so it couldn't be anything other than number 2, because the next song is "Dead Souls" by 9 Inch Nails. 9 Inch Nails doing a Joy Division cover. This is the one time I could tell you, because most times you hear covers, you're like, it's good, but I like the original. This is one time I could say that it's 51% to 49% is 9 Inch Nails to the Joy Division. Like what 9 Inch Nails did to Dead Souls was he just made it so clean, and it's just a great song. So
no Joe's doing, but I almost put the Evanescence song from Affleck's Daredevil on there.
That's like one of the worst bands on the planet.
You don't.
All right,
feel
Hartman, what do you got, buddy?
When you listen to her sing. I have the first 2 are from the same artist, Grandson, off of the Suicide Squad soundtrack. Just because I respect the white hip hop artists. Power to them. And then we got the Deadpool soundtrack with Diplo, and then the Greatest Rapper Alive, Little Pump. Welcome to the Party. I think it was Deadpool 2 that was on. Dolly Parton 95, Deadpool. And Hans Zimmer.
100% right, so lucky. 100% right. All right, sorry, Hartman, keep going.
Hans Zimmer on Inception, which I don't care if it's not a comic book movie. It's one of the greatest composers.
Well, Hans Zimmer did.
He did Batman, but this was from Inception.
Dude, I love all the music that he did in True Romance. It's fucking You're 100% right. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's definitely worth checking out live. And I would never say that about a composer, but he did the music for Call of Duty too.
Zimmer did?
Yeah.
Was that your number 1, Harbin?
Yeah, Hans Zimmer time, number 1.
Is there any you'd like to add, Sticks?
I have 2 that I'll add. My number 2 all-time song. I've got, let's see if I can pull it up here. I got Queen, Princess of the Universe from Highlander.
Nice.
And my number 1 song at this point will be "Hurt" by Johnny Cash for Logan.
That was a sample though, or a cover, right?
It's a 9 Inch Nails cover.
No,
that's one cover though that like I can listen to either the original or the cover. Like I like the Johnny Cash one just as much as I like the 9 Inch Nails one.
Yeah, 9 Inch Nails originally did it. They're both great. They're both really good. But I think the reason people say Johnny Cash is just because it's Johnny Cash doing it.
This is about his wife, right? Because he did it right after his wife died.
Did it after his wife died, yeah.
And I'm sure Trent Reznor had no problems fucking.
Oh yeah, he was all in.
Have you ever seen that video of Trent Reznor where he was playing with that 80s glam band?
Oh yeah,
he's
playing
like,
the keyboard,
got that industrial look, goth look, and he's sitting there fucking playing fucking Let me see, dude.
Oh yeah, I was watching that, and they talked about when Cash went and recorded with who was that artist? Rick, is it Rick Rubin?
Where?
Or
He's a producer.
yeah, he recorded a bunch of Cash's albums, like signed him on for a record deal and stuff. Really interesting documentary.
We have some in the chat. TK says Tried and True by Ween from the Superman TV show.
Teenage Dirtbag Wayne.
Joe's Doolin said Deadly Class had the best
Or that's
soundtrack
Wheatus.
movie or TV
Ween's
show.
Butthead ruined Ween, right? He was in Butthead.
How?
I don't know.
I don't know. I thought that they or wasn't that the band that kid wore with in
You mean
school?
Winger?
Winger.
Ween?
Winger. No, was it Winger that they ruined it?
I don't know. Don't remember.
And they sing that song, push your little daisies and make them come
Yeah,
up.
it was Winger.
Push your little daisies and make them come up.
And now we got Movie Wars.
All right.
Movie Wars.
So last week it was Office Space versus Idiocracy, and Pete actually put him up this week, so we appreciate it. We know he's a very busy guy. Play it. Play it.
Because he's a busy guy. Because he's fucking busy.
So you guys all voted. Everybody voted, and Office Space won by a landslide. It was 74% for Office Space and 26% for Idiocracy.
Joe's Doolin said he actually watched both again this week.
God, they're both great movies. They're both great fucking movies. So this week I picked Ace Ventura: Pet Detective versus Office Space. I figured this would be a fun one. We'll let you finish eating sticks.
That's not Cartman.
So
that's me. No, it's not.
I still pick Office. I don't know. Ace
Stickers
Ventura is pretty fucking funny, but I think Office Space is going to win this entire thing.
Man, yeah, it will. But Ace Ventura, like that. I'm constantly thinking Bumblebee Tuna from the sequel. Bumblebee Tuna. Your balls are showing.
You must be the Monopoly guy.
Let me tell you something.
I must ask.
White
you a
devil, white
question.
devil.
I'm asking you a question.
I think I
And you must
snuck
be the
into our college
Monopoly
theater.
guy.
What's that?
I
thing?
snuck in.
Let's go.
I snuck into our college theater at least 3 times to watch Ace Ventura.
Let's see that on instant replay. I fucking love that movie.
Laces out. Whatever.
Put me in,
Laces out,
coach.
Finkel.
So,
I think I still say that when people miss a field goal.
Yeah.
The laces
Finkel
out.
is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
He's a man.
He's a man.
So that's it. I figured that would be a fun one.
Yeah.
Kind of agree with Joe though. I think Office Space is gonna sweep this.
Yeah, I mean that. I'm more like that. Ace Ventura is my childhood, so can't not vote for that.
Remember, you can too get in on the action of voting for Movie Wars and Cartoon Wars by going over to the Renovision YouTube channel, clicking on that community tab, and voting in the polls. Hopefully, we can get Pete to put them up more than just by Wednesday. Hopefully, we can get them up on Monday so you get a full week to actually vote. But we
can always send him the pictures ahead of time.
Is the sequel better than the first one for Ace Ventura?
Absolutely not.
No,
Really?
no.
Pet
first-
Detective is way better than When Nature Calls.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nature Calls has its moments
The
and it's
Slinky
fun,
song,
but
beginning to
I still
start
think
it
the first
off.
one's the best.
Literally, the only thing I remember from When Nature Calls is him coming out of the rhinoceros's
The
ass.
rhinoceros's ass.
Yeah.
The Slinky drop. Everyone loves a Slinky.
It's so hot in here.
There's something on the wing.
All right. So for Cartoon Wars, last week we had The Venture Brothers by versus Rick and
Rick
Morty.
and Morty. Oh, Justin Roiland. Oh.
Venture Bros went down to Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty took it 64% to 36%. So this week I decided to keep going Adult Swim themed, and I thought about doing home movies, but I didn't think about that until later. So we're gonna go this week. Rick and Morty versus Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Are we on in Guam?
Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I love that show, man.
That show was great.
What are you booing, Joe Zoolin?
I think he likes the Venture Brothers better than Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty and
Yeah,
and beating things and poles is not good.
Yeah, Zoltar for
Spend it.
but I love me
got,
some
And
Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
he's not been proven. It's like a thing.
So we can still watch Space Ghost. Venture Bros all day, yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Joe Zoolin wanted Venture Bros. Yeah, I like Venture Bros too, but
Yeah, I'm not huge
But again,
on Rick and Morty, so
those are your movie wars and cartoon wars for this week. Remember to go over to the Renovision YouTube channel, click on that community tab, and vote in the polls, so you can help us for next week. Moving
for
on,
just
we
35
have
cents a day.
yeah. You can support a starving Hartman. All right, we got our hot chick of the week, our band segment.
She looks great.
Watch out, HR.
This week we have Constance Nunez from Car Masters Rust to Riches. She could check my oil anytime. I don't know if anybody's ever watched that show, but I love it, and she's super hot. She actually
and A&E.
It's on Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
You know, AI is doing porn, right?
I don't want to even see that.
And then I've got She Could Check My Dipstick.
Jesus.
Is that the same girl?
Yeah.
Whew,
That is? No
Yeah.
way.
good night.
Smoking hot.
Rockstar
Smoke
Energy.
show.
Smoking hot. Love it. Ugh.
And then we have our what the fuck segment for the week. Take it
Now
away,
for some
Kyle.
cocks.
Two men have reportedly been killed by knife-wielding roosters in separate cockfights in India. To mark the 3-day celebration of the Hindu Makar Sankranti festival, people gathered to hold cockfights in whatever place that is and east whatever place that is districts on Sunday, according to the reports. During the incident in whatever place that is and whatever place that is, the 43-year-old owner of one of the fighting roosters bled to death after being slashed by his prize cock. So that's what happens when cocks go wild.
Why are you giving them knives?
Yeah, like just to see it, see what happens.
It's like sticking a bayonet.
Cocks.
Let's make it interesting, and then they throw knives in the ring.
Like
Nothing
duct
sadder
tape-
than a man who
Now's
can't
our
control
time to
his
get out of
cock.
here.
sounds like they were duct taping like a bayonet or something. You know.
I thought that's what they always did. They always put like razors and little knives on them when they fought.
I think they
I
do that
thought
with
they just
dogs.
peck
too.
the shit out of each other.
Thumbs.
Dude, I don't know. They probably they talked about it beforehand and they're like,
Yeah, look at them. They're cahooting right there. They're like,
all right. And then they just turned and went, they like
count to
planned
3.
it. They're going to fucking.
I'm gonna knife you, Holmes.
Pretty much.
3.
I'm going to cut
He's
nice
got
way.
knives.
Bring it on, Wado.
So that's it. That's our what the fuck story of the week, because this is why you don't hold cockfighting.
What happened to them? Like,
'Cause you don't know what
did they make it
Yeah.
across the
razors.
whatever border there is? Where are they at?
They're in India.
Is there like
I
a
work with
border
a dude
around
that lives
India?
in
somewhere?
India. I'm going to ask him about this.
Cockfighting.
I want like a 3 weeks later, them sitting on a beach drinking mojitos.
When you walk into work, yell across the way, "Hey man, tell me about your cockfights."
No, he's actually
Then
living.
you get somebody
lived
comes
in
up to you
India,
whispers.
so when I talk to
he
him, when
lives
we
in-
get to
oh,
work,
okay.
I'm going to
About the
ask him if he was at the
cockfights.
cockfight.
I thought maybe he was like the guy at the warehouse or something.
I got the cockfights, man, but don't shout it out like that again.
He's gonna show you his knife wound.
This is what happened with my last cock.
I got
And we
Put
King
on
have
a
Fisher.
necklace.
And we have no dodgeball news because sadly Sam is in Vegas.
Lucky
On
bastard.
vacation.
Yeah, he's rolling them bones at
I
the
think he's at a work
craps
retreat.
table. That's what he wants you to think.
Yes, right. So
He's hitting all
that's
the
it.
Elvis things.
That's our show. I hope you guys had fun. I appreciate all you guys coming in the chat and hanging out with us. Big shout out to James. Remember to go and check his
GoFundMe.
His GoFundMe. We put the links.
Kickstarter,
Not
yep.
GoFundMe, Kickstarter.
Kickstarter.
Yeah, Kickstarter. My bad. Go check it out. It's I hope he gets to it. He's a good dude. I hope to have him back so he can tell us that it's on. And that's right. That's right. So hookers didn't blow for Sam. He's gonna end up stuck on top of Caesar's fucking roof. So thanks a lot, everybody. Make sure to check out the show that's tomorrow, the Dark Side Crew.
Yep.
And then
Make sure to check out all Pete's single videos during the week.
Pete's been working hard on that, so make sure you guys all like and watch
all those shorts he put out.
all those shorts. That's one of the reasons why he's putting them on Wednesday. He's not doing our things till Wednesday because he's so fucking busy.
Yeah, he definitely is waiting for you to drop his shorts.
Just like all electricians want to check. They want to check your shorts.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to find Dark Lopez, but I can't find it now. Damn it!
I salute my shorts.
What a great
I'm
Nickelodeon show.
I'm ruggedly handsome.
Hey man, you can't deny that Lopez is ruggedly handsome.
He is ruggedly handsome.
Say it with such gusto.
He's ruggedly something.
But thank you for everybody. You guys, everybody have a great Saturday night. It's time to go watch On Patrol Live for more fucking craziness across the country. And then take us away, Matt. You brought us in. Now take us out.
We'll see you guys right here. Same Saturday night special time. Same Saturday night special channels. And until that time, we bid you adieu.
Either you've got me confused with somebody else or this